What is happening, everybody? It is Dr. DarkNerd here, and today I'm kind of bringing you guys with an interesting video that is not commonly something that I would put on my channel at the moment. But I've been recently getting into crypto mining with all the surge that's been going on. I looked at crypto mining months back, actually a couple of years ago, but I never really got into it. It was more of a, oh, like, that's cool, looked into it for a couple hours sort of thing. But I recently became like, I have my gaming computer and I kind of wanted to see if I could run a mining, essentially run a mining software on my GPU with just my gaming rig without necessarily hindering my experience while doing all my homework or gaming or doing all my other projects. The only thing that I had a problem with was actually playing Halo MCC while streaming, while running the mine. I could not do that. There was lagging, so I had to stop it at that point. Other than that, if you look, I'm actually running Maya right now. Runs just fine. I'm actually running Photoshop because I'm working on textures and stuff. And I was actually running Unreal Engine earlier also because I'm working on a game for one of my game design classes. Maybe I might even post videos about the game later on this channel. We will see about that. But as you can see, I've actually been running this software, NiceHash, for about a day and a half, probably less than 20 hours total, because I didn't run it overnight. I had it off most of yesterday, but I've still been making a pretty decent profit, all things considered. I mean, I got 60 cents and I still have a little over 2 hours till the next payout, and I think it's about 4 hours every payout or so, something like that. So that's not too bad. And I am running, if you will look, this is my parts list for my PC. I actually did a kind of a stupid and bought a 2080 Ti before the 30 series came out, which is, you know, generally a bad idea to buy a graphics card before the new series comes out, right before it. But I needed a computer, and I didn't really do enough research about future projects as I should have. But this is my part list. And so what I'm kind of saying is, if you have a gaming computer with a decent graphics card, not necessarily even necessarily a 2080 Ti or a 30 series, but like a decent graphics card, you might need to turn it off while you're specifically gaming. But other than that, I would actually recommend running a miner on your computer so that you can have that extra money for buying games or something, because obviously if you have a gaming desktop, you're kind of probably a game addict, you know, or if you're on this channel in general. But it actually has been pretty interesting watching this. It's kind of a little bit addicting, like watching YouTube views go up or subs or something. You know, I don't check those every day. I don't know what you're talking about, but it is also really fun to kind of play around with this. You don't have to spend, you know, $4,000 on graphics cards just to make a rig that you don't quite know how it works. Jumping in the deep end essentially is what I'm saying. As you can see, I'm actually running this on medium, and I actually, if we look, you can see I have a ton of games and stuff installed, which I haven't been having a problem running. But if you can look here, if I bring this up, I actually did tweak my settings a little bit so that it doesn't take as much power and stuff. That way I don't want my computer to overheat too much. I do not have a good enough cooling system to truly push this thing. That is, again, on my fault. As you could see on my parts list, I did not exactly spend a lot on the cooler. I actually am using the normal Ryzen fan cooler that comes with it. But even with that, I haven't really had any problems, which is awesome. And like I said, this has been running for about a day and a half, so I'm almost up to $5. Once this payment goes through, I'll be above $5 for about a day and a half of me not really touching it. I mean, I've been fiddling with it, but that's mostly for setup and me learning what's going on. So really what I'm getting at here is if you have a gaming PC that you're using all day and stuff, it honestly might be worth it for you if you're using the computer already to run the mining software, whether you're using NiceHash or something else. And if you do want to look up what your GPU might be running or gaining, you can actually go to the NiceHash calculator, profit calculator. You can type in your GPU, enter hardware manually. You can search, you know, a 1660 or I don't know what else you might want to calculate. You can kind of calculate your price for electricity or something, and you can see how much you'd make per day. I would not trust this necessarily, especially if you're gaming on your computer and you turn off the miner while you're gaming or something. But at the same time, you know, I might say if it says you're making $4.16 per day, I would say you might make around $3 that day or something if you're actually using your computer and you're not pushing the graphics card to its max or something. But that's still $3 that you didn't have before. You wait for the, you know, Steam summer sale, and voila, by the time you get there, you've got another 10 games in your Steam Steam list, because you're just letting it run and mining away. So I would definitely recommend it, or at least look into it. I might be making more videos on this channel about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the future. Since I am kind of getting into it, I might incorporate it into gaming and stuff like that. But we'll have to see. Definitely hit that sub button down below to see what goes on. And I'll definitely get back to you from a noob's perspective that hasn't been doing this long, and you can kind of learn along with me. So with that, without further ado, I will let you guys go and hopefully check out some of the other videos.